What's going on, everybody? I had a lot of requests to do another TA routine video, and a lot of people really wanted to see Tesla or NVDA, and I have done a lot of Tesla and streams and on videos, so I really want to just do NVIDIA. This is another one I've done a lot of, but out of the two, I just prefer to do this one, since we've done Tesla a ton. I've been doing Tesla a lot lately, as you guys can see. We even have some new levels here. Even during some ugly days, the levels stick, the levels work. So make sure you understand what you're grabbing when you're looking at this video. But we have an entire playlist, so make sure you're going through that playlist. You can understand what we're looking for, why, what everything means. Because I promise you, your questions will be answered if you just begin the playlist. So make sure to check out the playlist of this channel. But let's start over on the 5-year daily. Again, I'm backing out to the 5-year daily because if I just back out to the this year's daily, I won't be able to see the far left of my screen, and that's where a majority of my information I'm about to grab is coming from. This relies on a lot of price history, and there is another method you can do where you just focus on recent price history, but just for the sake of example and consistency, I want to show everyone just the right way. So pretty much you want to find a really good support, a really good resistance, however high up, that's around current price. And then you want to focus on all of the tops of the green candles, left to right, in between that area. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start over though. So I'm going to start way back here, just to give myself some really good levels for the future. And if you want to zoom in as much as you can, that'd be good. Keep it accurate. So you see I'm marking the tops of those two candles, because it's a new space gained. I just want to keep grabbing the new space that is gained by buyers. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Another one. Another 3. Auto zoom back out, just to kind of give yourself, where are you? There's another one here. There's another one here. Nothing else. We're going left to right. I don't see anything retaking a new high. Oh, we got another one over here. And you might be like, oh wow, this is no way this is, this easy. And it really is. It really is this easy. And this is just how you can get some super effective levels that are very consistent, regardless of what happens in the market. News, PPI numbers come out, CPI, job reports, whatever comes out and messes with price action, any kind of catalyst, it is going to make price ugly, you can say, but even the levels then will still pay out. And I'll show you another method too for some just quick add bigger time frame levels. Right after this, we'll delete this and we'll do another chart or something. And I'm just going to keep going. I see prices way down here, so I'm pretty good distance above it now. We could probably stop, but you get the point on how we get our levels. And yeah, on the daily time frame, it's very messy. And this is why I keep multiple charts, multiple sets. So you can have a more clean version, and then you can go back down and be like, oh, I want to have an uglier version. So if you want to label one of these TA routine, a lot of levels, and then the other one untouched, please do so. Therefore, you get a good view of a lot of levels for your smaller time frames, and a lot of good TA for your bigger time frames, just on 2 different sets. And then we're going to jump down to you can go to the 30-minute, the 4-hour, whatever your bigger time frame you like after that, and just kind of look around. Are there any other significant levels in these areas that you think you could grab? Please throw them on there. And it looks like there is a little bit over here. If we grab that high of day and this high of day, we just grab both of those, so there's a clear resistance into the 159.20s, 160.30s, and that looks like all we need, really. And then for the very last step, the BB system, which you guys should know this by now, and this is where you add the previous day high. Whoops, that's not even there. It's right here. The previous day low. And if you want to label these, please do. Just edit it, throw it at top. Previous day high. And then right there, it's labeled for you. You can even label it, this level, if whatever level it is, you could say, oh, it's an emerging candle from, and then put the date. However you want to label it. And then we also want to highlight or add the previous day close, which a lot of the time, if I see the high and close are that close to each other, I just highlight both, because that's where we close that day. And then vice versa for the open. If I see we're near a pretty good level, I'll just highlight it both, the entire body if it's that small. And then if it's down here, I would of course add it to the previous day low. And then the last levels, which we don't have on this chart yet, will be the pre-market high, the pre-market low, and that'll be everything you need. Therefore, let me zoom this back out. Therefore, regardless of where we start, regardless if we jump up here and start, we stay here, we are in here, we're in here, we're in here. It doesn't matter where we start. You have effective levels everywhere that have reasoning. Again, at any time you could say, hey, Bueller, how did you get price level 9? What is this? Let me color code it. Let's go find out. Where did I get it? Why is this level so significant? I didn't get it from this time frame. Let's back out, zoom over, and look. It's in our, I could be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's an emerging candle from February 11th, 2021. You know, this is a long time ago, but it's still helping us out in the future. So very, very effective level. And also, don't just look at the levels. Don't just throw them on there. You know, you should continuously clear your screen. You should continuously go back through, add those levels for really good practice, and then also review the price action left to right. You know, come in here and just zoom in at a random day and say, oh, that day NVIDIA broke its PML, came back up, rejected it, came back down, and where did it hold for the rest of the day? It made one low, a second low, right on the same 147.65, and then it bounced. So you had a base build, and then you had what? Rising volume step in as it overtook the 90 EMA again. Remember what the rule is for a buy the dip strategy. Again, another playlist you could check out. So it's just a really good way of getting your levels effectively, consistently, because if you're constantly using different methods to get your levels, you are going to get different TA every single time. But hopefully that helps you. Let's check out the last thing I wanted to show everyone. I'll just do a new drawing set, or we'll clear this one. But a really cool method to just get some simple levels, and I've talked about this in my zones video, is just getting what I call the hills and the dips. So let's just look over here for a second. So price rallied, right? It just slowly continued higher, right? Where would you say they peaked though? They peaked about right here before they really slowed down. And then where would you say the lowest dip was? About right here. So this is where you see the rally, and then they dipped into this. You can even add that one if you wanted. And it picking back up, and I'm on the weekly. This is how you can get a lot of just easy, quick, good levels. Just add your peaks and your dips. We peaked there, we dipped to here, right? We jumped up to here, and look at that. The very next area over, it ends up catching my next dip, so I don't have to worry about that. Next rally, next dip, so on and so on, right? Then you end up going and looking at the price action. It's like, wow, it actually did follow that really well. And it's just because you're grabbing those effective perimeters, really. It's really what you're grabbing are the perimeters of the range on the far left. So as they're passing through them on the right, you're going to see breakouts, you're going to see retests. It just logically makes sense on why you're going to see that stuff. So when you're seeing on the daily, it's actually a lot more clear. So if you're someone who's more of a pattern trader, this is what you're going to want to look at. And this is how I view charts. We end up looking in channels through these basic levels, and we look for patterns. So like right here, and a lot of my chat got this one on their own, but we end up getting a bearish harami inverted hammer setup right here, right? And we have a couple of them actually. Now we have a slowdown here, harami, another red indecisive candle, another kind of just indecisive bearish candlestick pattern here, and then all of these are just initiating patterns. They could have held here and continued higher, you know, in which we would have watched for a new push above 196 in this scenario, right? But these are just initiating signals, something to kind of get you warmed up on it. Where was the actual bearish signal to enter? Right here, because you had rising volume through the 9 EMA as it broke the EMA from the pattern. It wasn't just a random drop, right? And now you're looking for the next level to break, 179s. They end up gapping through it, showing a lot of seller momentum right there. You end up getting 4 days of rising volume. So again, this is a good example how to look for bearish patterns, and then you end up looking at the bottom of the channel where you want to look for bullish patterns. You see a bullish engulfing here. We get a long-legged candle here, or indecisive doji, you could say. End up getting a lowering volume close at a good level, showing us, hey, until they get over 159s, they're not going to continue any higher. So that's what we're dealing with right now in NVIDIA. So regardless of a day trader, a pattern trader, someone who just wants to get better at charting, this style of charting is good for a lot of different things. I don't really give it enough credit. I always say just practice this for charting. In reality, it's good for everything. Looking for swings, looking for day trades with good levels. Because again, if you're jumping around, you're not going to have a good consistent setup or a good consistent way of trading, getting in, getting out. And you're going to feel like you're all over the place, and you're going to want to quit. You're going to get tired of what you're doing, what you're seeing. So please leave a like on this video. Please use this system. Join our chat, tag us. It's free to join and talk. So just hit us up. Let us know, what do you want to work on, and we'll send you the right links, put you in the right direction. But please leave a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.